Hey there, Matt. Hope your trip to New York is going well. It's funny, I'm from Maryland. I lived in Baltimore for a long time when I went to school there. I've never been to New York City. It's like literally like 3 hours away on the bus, and the bus is like 10 or 20. It was like $10 back then to get up there. And they just drop you off in Times Square. But one day I'll visit New York City. Cool, man. This is your video lesson for today. I remember last time you were talking about getting into like a more traditional kind of blues or a more standard kind of blues. Maybe we make a project of going through like the greatest hits of like, you know, the blues songs. So something we would call it jam sessions. Because my hope one day is that you would take all the knowledge that we've been working on, or all the things we've been working on, and take that knowledge and maybe do a jam session one time would be like cool for you to do. But anyway, so one thing at a time. Mustang Sally. This is a standard one. This is I think it's like the autumn leaves of blues tunes. That are like Thrills Gone, which we'll be doing too. We'll probably do that after this one. This one's cool. What's neat about this one? It's like it's a blues song, but it's not like it's not a 12 bar blues at all. He uses, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Basically what he does, he doubles it up. So it ends up becoming like, I think a 24-bar blues if my math is correct. Let me see if that's right. Yeah, so I did times 4 the riff, so 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so it ends up being like a 24-bar blues. So anyway, I'll go through the parts and then we'll talk more about that either in this video or next time, depending on how much time I have. Cool. So first thing is there are three chord changes in this. It's basically going from a C and going to an F to a G and then back to and then a C chord. Those are the three chords in this. So it's using 1, 4, and 5. I'll go through each part with you. The pattern is pretty much the same for each chord. So once you learn one, you don't have to learn. You just basically take that rhythm and that configuration, and then you just move it to the next chord shape. Cool. So I'll go ahead and show you the first one on C7. What you're gonna do is it's a blues shuffle. We're in the version that we're doing. We're not doing the Buddy Guy one. We're doing the Wilson Pickett version, the original one. We can always look at the Buddy Guy one. The Buddy Guy one, I believe, is in B flat, I want to say. Anyway, so it sounds like this. I'll kind of play through the different sections for you. Oh shoot, I forgot to add that part in. Whoops, my bad. Let's try that again. So I forgot to put that little slide in there. I'll make sure to put those in the notes for you guys. I forgot to edit them in there. He does that whole cycle 4 times, hops down to the F chord. He does that part, he does that whole cycle 2 times, goes up to G, and then hits the F5 chord for two measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and back 2. And then does that whole cycle twice right there. And cool, let me break that down for you. So what you're gonna do is, this is the way I like to figure it. I've seen guys who do it this way, but for some reason I find that like way more complicated. I think you're at the ability now that a stretch between your first finger and second finger is not that bad. So we're gonna get into like a C5 power chord shape on root 6. So you get your C5 shape right here, right? Get back there. So you hit 2 of those. Grab the 12th fret with your pinky, back to the 10. So the melodic line is going, and then he grabs. This is the part that makes it a little trickier than your standard kind of like, which was what we did in rock and roll. So this is actually maybe a little bit tad trickier than what he does in there. The challenge in that rock and roll is getting up to that position. This one is you're gonna do. You're gonna reach out and grab the 13th fret while keeping these guys down. So to do that, see how I kind of like pivot a little bit? So I kind of have my thumb back here as kind of like a fulcrum, and I kind of pivot a little, swivel a little bit on there. So how I'm getting out there. It's not much. Don't think like, oh, I gotta be a hero and like do like some big crazy motion. You don't need that. You just need to do it a little bit, just enough to get you up in that spot. See, I'm pivoting and my arm kind of moves a little bit. My elbow, I let my elbow kind of lead the way. Right? So the first time through the pattern, I'll read off the notes on I'll read off the tab of the fifth string. 10, 10, 12, 10, 13, 13. Second pattern, 10, 10, 12, 10, 13, 12. One more time. 10, 10, 12, 10, 13, 13. It's not in rhythm, but you get the idea. 10, 10, 12, 10, 13, 12. At a gentleman's pace. Right, and you're going to do that whole cycle, those two different riffs. You do that 4 times. So normally it'd be like twice for a 12-bar blues. Like I said, he's just doubled up the 12-bar blues and it's 24-bar blues. So you do that 4 times through that entire cycle. Then he's going to hop down and do the same exact melodic motion up here with the pinky. 10, 10, 12, 10, 13. You notice how I'm pivoting is ever so slight on that right there. I went through the whole thing and then C twice. That was once. G this time. 4, 1, 2 feet on the ground. And then back to the beginning of the song again. What you can play over top of this, you can totally play C minor pentatonic over top of this. It'll be bluesy, it'll be fine. You can play C blues on it. And then what's also cool about it too is if I throw it in my looper here real quick. Hope I timed that right. So C minor pentatonic, box 1, nothing crazy. Right, sounds totally fine, the bluesy. Or we can talk about more of that next time if you want. When I'm playing over top of that C7 chord, since it's a dominant chord, as you can probably guess, we can play a C mixolydian pentatonic over top of that chord, or a C mixolydian for that matter as well. So you can go further and we can learn like that in that spot there. We can move it down here if you want to. But for this week, what the assignment is, I want you to first learn the three different chord changes in there. Get them down cold, make them smooth, make them groove, right? That's the most important thing, is get that feel in there. And then what I want you to do is I want you to be able to play through the progression, the chord progression. Written it out here. So you're going to be able to play through all that, and then next time what we'll do is we'll see about taking all that that cool sequencing patterns and the blues licks and things like that, and have you kind of maybe run through Mustang Sally, taking all the E minor pentatonic stuff and then moving it into the key of C minor or a C mixolydian pentatonic if you want to. All right, cool. So work on that for me. And if you want me to take a look at you playing through it or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a video back. Or if you have any questions about this, feel free to send me a message and do my best to clarify anything. Awesome, man. Have a great rest of your trip, and I will see you next time. We'll talk more about Mustang Sally.